Grand Rising All, Rising Reading, and today we begin at the Winter's Dream, gestation period. This is a time of development, not a time of action, but a time to develop and hone your craft or your skills or your plan. If you have a plan, this is a time to develop your plan, actually to, observe different aspects of it in theory or in thought, within basically not in any actual action, not to really put anything in place, but to prepare for that moment. In other words, basically it's like how you start at drawing a line, and then over time you drawing that line turns into something else, might turn into a whole mountain, could be turned into a whole world or a whole room, a whole environment. And that's all started in your head. As it grew, it turned and it shaped into other things. What needs to be known about this gestation period, which is a period of inactivity, but also a period of planning, scheming, plot. What needs to be known is that this is the time to focus. This is the time to focus your body, your mind, and your spirit. The transformation. The transformation is to stop doing things. Stop. Your God wants you to stop doing something and just think about it. Plot, scheme, plot, scheme. Until you come to that point where it's time to move. It's time to create what it is that you were baking. Like in an oven, like a cake. You put the cake in the oven, and it takes a certain amount of time for that cake and all its ingredients to come together and form that nice old layer of fluffiness. You focus, then create. Anywho, don't mind me, but aside from that, today's numbers happen to be 633, 133. That all boils down to a number of 10, so which is basically your experience. It's like beginning a journey with experience. So that's kind of like tie into that gestation period where you had plotted, you had schemed, and you had practiced and worked everything out all the way up until you're ready for the test. But first, you have to have that moment of that moment of silence, not a moment of falling asleep, but a moment of silence, a moment of self-observation, deep internal observation and note-taking. All right? Anywho, nobody told you they love you today. Kingish Tony Styles loves you. And I ask the Most High to open our eyes, open our ears, open our hearts, and open our minds to the path, the will, and the way. Do not allow us to go astray. Grant us discernment to know the path and the way. I'm Majai Shaman Rastafari Ashe Baba Jah.